Grooving and moving. So good morning to you guys on a Monday morning. We're out here. Today we're talking about how you living, man. It's a question. It's a question I think comes from the good days of Father's Day, right? Because at the end of the day, Father's Day is one of those days we just had yesterday. And although Father's Day is never as good as Mother's Day, why does Mother's Day seem to get so much more extra love? I don't know. Anyways, but today we're talking about the statement that I think I put into a story, maybe like a month back, 2 months back. Hey, good morning. Here was the thing I said. Every day you're living to leave a legacy. So how are you living today? That was it. And I'm going to say it one more time so you got it. Every day you're living to leave a legacy. So how are you living today? It's a question that I believe we should all have to spend some time thinking about. Hello, Emma. Good morning to you. Because I think we all have these legacies really. We're not even apparent or paying attention to them. My brain's getting turned on Monday. Patricia, good morning. Marfar, James, Teddy Wells, aloha. Cheryl, Alexander, hello. So think about that. Like, how are we doing things, right? It looks like Sue Ellen, life coach. Good morning. So how are we living these lives, man? I think it's a question we should spend some time thinking about, because I know that we work really hard to leave a legacy, right? We work really hard to leave a name for ourselves. But then I think there's something to be said about the way you leave that name, right? The work you do, how hard you work, what you focus on while you're working. I know that. What's up? How you doing, haphazardly, Brits? So I think we have to think about at times, man, how we're actually living these daily lives. Like, we're living our life, and sometimes we're going through the motions, right? We're just doing our job. We get up in the morning, we go to work, we get our paycheck, we come home, and that continues to keep on operating. As long as all the kids can go to sports, and I can pay my bills, and I don't have to worry, I can watch my TV shows, like, all is good. But there comes a time, man, where you're going to sit back on your days. And if you've ever been to one of my virtual presentations, I don't know if you have. If you're here right now, I have no idea how you got here. But if you got here because you listened to one of my virtuals, you'll notice that at the beginning of my speeches, I have different kinds of ways I start it. And one of them I talk about is when you're sitting on a park bench, right? Future pacing everything. Good morning, Edward Johnson. Good morning, Eric. So you future pace things, and it seriously should be a question of, if you're sitting on a park bench and there's you, another person sitting there, and that person's you in a different stream of reality, and they're telling you all about this amazing life they lived, the loves they had, the time they spent, the places they went, the adventures they took, all this stuff, and you're listening. You get to sit there, and you can either be the person that's listening to this great, amazing story of what life could have been, or you're telling the story. It's one of the two. And I don't mean it has to be every moment of every day you get up with your hair on fire and you're going crazy to go do stuff. But I think we should also, at some point in time, maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, think about, what am I doing? Like, is this stuff going somewhere? Am I making the traction I want to make? Am I going somewhere to where at the end of my days, the end of my life, when I'm tired, maybe not dead, when I'm just tired, you know what that feels like. If I get to those end days, like, do I got a story to tell? If I lived a life in a way that people want to come pay attention, like, I want my grandkids to want to come hang out with me because I got a bunch of cool stories from things I did. And that's the legacy, right? It's not always going to be the legacy of, like, I was the one first individual who made the golden token coin that all of society used as this mass denomination. I'm thinking of some weird future thing that nobody's made yet. But the idea is, like, there's a legacy like that, but also like a legacy of, like, do your kids know you? Do you know your kids? Does your spouse know you? Do you know your spouse, man? You got some things going on. Look at this. Titus Lee says, come on, man, I just wrote a reading yesterday entitled Legacy. I want you to read it. Yeah, send it over, Titus. I'll check it out. So the idea is, like, are we doing these things that allow us to daily have some direction towards leaving a legacy? And so the question is, how are you living? Simple question to ask midway through the year, right about midway. Like, how are you living your life? Because we're in this world now where everything is brand new. I think it's a beautiful time to try new things, more than any before, because everybody's trying to figure this whole new world out. So you can't go wrong. Well, you can't mess things up. You can go back to your job. It's totally cool. Go do that job. But what if you tried something new, where you worked from home for a little bit while you built something different? Or maybe you tried to build something different because you're able to be at home and find a way to survive that way while you build this new idea, new dream, right? There's no better time, I think, probably in the last 5 to 10 years for someone to sit back right now and go, let me try something new. Let me leave a different legacy. What if you could do something where when you look back 5 years from now, you're surprised at what you created because you never thought 10 years ago you could make that thing, right? There's something that's a reality that can be pressed into right now if you choose to do it. It's going to take some learning, yeah, some resources, yeah, some friendships, yeah, some connections. It's going to take all that. But what else are you going to do with your time? Do a job you hate doing, live a life you don't like not leave a legacy? Because at the end of the day, when you get put in the ground, man, or you get burned up and put in a vase on somebody's mantelpiece somewhere, because that's going to happen to all of us, like, people are going to talk about your name. How are they going to talk about you? That's it. How are they going to talk about you? I want people to talk about me in a positive light. Like whatever that is, a positive. I help some people, like a positive light. Shoot me a DM, Titus. Head to Instagram. It's your best place to get a hold of me. So that's what I would tell you guys is, how are you living? Ask that question today. I don't know exactly how you're going to answer that. I have no idea. I don't even know if I should give you an idea of how to answer that, because I don't think that there's going to be anything I can say as I Instagram stop putting all the comments down. Good morning, Eden. How you doing? Aiden, I think it is. But I think there's going to be a lot of different ideas of how we do things, what goes on. And I don't think that I have to give you the guidance on that. I think if you just sat back and go, when I go to the back end of my days and I'm big chilling and I'm hanging in my rocking chair and my grandkids running around and I'm retired maybe, when I look back on my life, did I do stuff that I'm proud of? That's it. Did you do stuff you are proud that you did? Or were you just busy being busy, doing the job, running the errands, doing the thing, right? Just doing it. Because, man, you get one shot at this life thing, man. In my beliefs, you get one shot at this thing. And then when that shot is over, man, you get to go into the rest of eternity and you get to look back on what you did while you were here, right? So you get eternity to think about what you did now. So if you had to think about this, if you had to watch one show for the rest of your eternal life, wouldn't you want to watch an interesting show? Think about it this way. I just thought this just came in my head just now. If I had to watch the same show and go back to the same show and rerun for the rest of eternity, wouldn't you like to watch a really interesting show? Wouldn't it be cool if it was a show that had a lot of turns and twists and ups and downs and good and bad and crazy, and the main character, you just love their heart, their passion, their drive? Wouldn't you love to see a main character that just, you knew they were going out and getting life? That's what I look at. I am right now, I'm writing and I'm running and I'm filming and I'm living this show, man. And when I go to my eternal days, I want to look back and go, I want to watch that show again, because that guy, he was out there getting that thing called life. So that's a message for you today. I got to jump for some meetings. I love you. Think about this question. Seriously, how are you living? However you think about it, look at it, whatever it may be, I would focus on finding a way to live at a higher level, just a little bit higher. You don't got to go shoot for the stars just yet if you don't want to, but a little bit higher, a little bit. If you want to know how to do that, grab this book. Book comes out, you can actually pre-order it now. Book comes out in August, but if you pre-order it, I give you a whole bunch of cool goodies. You get the audio book, which I'm recording in 2 weeks. You get the workbook that goes along with it, which is kind of like my coaching book that I'm going to give you guys for free. It's $97 a book. We're getting done up and completely like designed. You're going to get that for free. And also the digital books. You want to scroll through whatever it may be and like read on your phone, you can do that also. But go to identityshiftbook.com, use the code freebies, you'll get all the good freebies. But head there now and check it out, because once the pre-order is done, like I'm not putting all the same stuff in there in the future. So you gotta pre-order it, because it makes it a little bit better for what you get out of it. So go check the book out, identityshiftbook.com. I got some advanced reader copies that I can't give you yet, but I would love to. Anyways, take care, enjoy your Monday, God bless you. Take care, I'm out.